And welcome everybody, I'm Jen Kill and this is a quick tutorial on Northgard. If you haven't played the game before, I'm just going to try and keep this on real simple for you for the first 5 minutes of the gameplay. You should be able to get into it after that yourself. But if you've played the game before, then none of this is going to be any use to you guys because you already know what I'm going to say anyway. And if you're wondering why I'm wearing an army helmet, a Vietnam army helmet, well, it's because it's International Helmet Day. If you didn't know, it is. It's a real thing now. Okay, so let's get into the game. Single player mode, campaign mode, multiplayer. Campaign multiplayer not in the game, being that it's early access still, and that will be good when it comes in, and I'll have a look at that in a tutorial or a playthrough later on. Single player mode is all we have at this stage, so we'll get into that. You can choose your name, your clan color, and the difficulty level as well. We'll leave it on normal for the tutorial. Easy's good, hard's brutal. So anyway, we'll keep it in normal mode and go from there. AI players, you can have up to 3 AI players. You can have no AI players, so you can play against just the wilderness and the creatures that are out in the wilderness. They can be a hindrance to you as well. They're not super difficult on easy and normal. They do get a little bit more cumbersome, a little bit more in your face on hard mode. So they become a 4th AI player technically in the hard mode, single player mode. So then you've got your victory conditions, which you can choose from as well. Whatever you want to do there, if you want to change them up and take them off and do what you want, that will change the way that you play and the style that you play in anyway. So let's go into the clan selection. You have 3 choices to choose from. You have the wolf, the stag, and the goat. Sorry, I was going to say sheep, because if you look at the attributes, you get sheep with your starting clan. So anyways, so yeah, the sheep. You get to use less resources on the goat. I keep on saying sheep. On the goat, so you'll use less resources during the game. The stag, you gain more resources at the beginning of the game, and with the wolf, you gain more strength as warriors for your warriors. So you basically can go out and just charge full head, full ahead, and hope for the best. All right, so let's get into the game. And we come to the start of the game, guys, where we have our little area here down the bottom. Our guys are working diligently to gather resources. Now you start off with three villages, and then you get a 4th one pretty quickly as the village screen comes up here. So the town hall screen is selected, and the next villager starts to spawn in, and your little percentage there. Now this area here itself, guys, you've got your fog of war, as you can see, all the way around you, and that's where the enemy is going to be of some form or nature, whether it's the wilderness or whether it's actually the players that you're playing against, the AI. So your area here is limited in resources and the amount of buildings that you can build in that area. So if you click on the area itself, you'll see that we can have up to 5 buildings in this area. Currently, we have the one with the town hall. So that's a little bit limiting, but that means that you have to go explore, and each areas around here, all these areas around here, will allow you to have extra structures, depending on what's already here. And if it's open space, I think you have up to 3 structures. If it's like a forest or farmland, it's 2, and sometimes can even be 1 structure, I think. Anyway, onto the onto the UI. You'll see up the top left-hand corner here, there's you, there's me, and you're a chieftain, currently at the strength of 0. There you go. And the 3 AI competitors, well, AI enemy, also on 0 strength as well. So as that goes up, that means they're progressing along in the game. Over to the bottom left is your mini-map, and there's a little section here that shows you the year and the date, or the month, and the season. So seasons do play a fair bit in this, in terms of winter and spring and summer, autumn. So as it gets colder, your resources start getting used up more. So come winter, you plummet. Your resources plummet quite drastically, and if you haven't got reserves in, it's going to be very hard to expand during the winter months. So be mindful of that. Okay, top right hand corner or top of the screen, you've got the happiness. That's a big thing in the game where we need to keep our happiness up. If we don't keep our happiness up, the villagers don't spawn from the town hall, and that can stall your development of your village and your campaign to dominate the map. Now the next one is the food, self-explanatory. You got plus 14 on that one at the moment because there's all 4 of them are actually, or all 5 of them now are all gathering food. Pardon me again. And you got the lumber. We got -1 because we don't have anybody collecting wood at the moment. And crowns, we have a +2. So it's in positive. We don't have a trading post at this stage, but it is in positive. But as soon as we start adding buildings, those buildings start costing money to upkeep, and basically we'll get that into a negative. And as you can see here, we're getting attacked by a wolf, but all these guys are more than capable of defending them off. Okay, early on in the game. It's a hard mode, you know, they come more frequently as well. Alright, so also onto the next one is stone, and you get areas that will have stone, and you have to build a mine and get that. Stone's used to increase your or upgrade your buildings, and also it can help in other ways as well. I think you can trade it. I believe you can trade it along with the iron ore, and you can trade all your resources, but I wouldn't be going around trading your stone and your iron because they are very limited resources and you do need them. Iron you can use to improve your tools down here. I think that's what I was thinking about earlier, iron, not stone. Okay, then you've got your max population. I'm currently maxed out at 5 and 5, and your warband max population 0 and 0 until we get a what do you call it? A training camp. That's what I was going to say. A training camp. All right. So down the bottom here. Sorry, I just build. You've got the structures that you can build and the ones that you can't are grayed out. The characters that you have currently on the screen, I've got now 5 villages, and I can cycle through them by left clicking on them, or I can click all of them, right click them, and select all of them. Right, so now we need to start building because we're getting in on the game. So let's get into the house. We'll build a house. So just basically click on the structures you want and pop them down in the area. So one of each just for the tutorial. You can do whatever you want later on, with your own game. I just want to get you familiarised with what's going on here. So they'll go ahead and build all that, and once that's all done, we'll come back and I'll show you what is going on next. Alright guys, and so they're slowly building it up. Well, they're not really slowly building it up, they're actually quite quick. If you click on the building itself, you'll see that they'll show you a meter of the progress meter. Now, once those buildings are built, no one will actually go in there and start working as a woodcutter or a scout. You have to select one of your players, one of your villagers. I'll get one that hasn't been completely hammered by a wolf yet, and left click on him and then right click on the building to add him into the structure. He will automatically then go over there, and then he'll start heading off and scouting around. If you wanted to, you could click on the scout and go and reposition him over into another area if you think that area is going to be a bit better for you or something. Plus he also runs there as well, so makes it a little bit quicker for him. And we'll select another player and he can go be a woodcutter. So left click and then right click on the building, and then he'll go off and become a woodcutter. Alright, so that's the basic dynamics of how you select villagers to do different tasks. Alright, now as you see over here, he's now scouting this new area here, and that area will get revealed, and then we can purchase that area. We can purchase that area only if there are no creatures in that area that we have to get rid of, like wolves or raugers. There are creatures in this game that will stop you from getting those areas. Once you do get an area like this, You can then colonize down here. This one's going to cost you 20 food. We have plenty up here. We've got maxed out at 500 there. And the dynamic of the game is that once an enemy come into this area and take it over, then they can claim it for themselves. And then you lose that and the production value of that area, if there is one. Now, this area here, you can see that we've got a maximum of 3 buildings. We do have meat production here because there are some stag here that we can hunt, and we also have some stone. Now, this too means that you can have a maximum of 2 characters per resource. So, well, there's one of the bad dudes there right now. So, in terms of the stag, you build a hunter's lodge, and you can have 2 hunters in that lodge at this current state, and 2 miners in the mining hut when you build a mining hut. Now, when you upgrade your keep and you upgrade your town hall, and you upgrade all your buildings, that also increases by 1 at a time, I believe. So that's the structure of the building and how you expand out. So just keep on going, and each time, I should mention, each time that you purchase a new piece of land, it's going to cost you more food. So it gets really expensive after a while, and if you don't have silos in the game next to your food resource, I mean, you can have silos wherever you want, but it's better to have your silos in the area that you're producing that food, so that way the mice don't eat the food up, you get more food, and your food cap goes up as well from 500 to the next level, whatever that is, I can't remember on top of my head. So with the woodcutters, they don't have anything like that, but yeah, food is the one that you want to keep an eye on. Later on in the game, you will get to expand into trading. You trade with the 3 AI players, 3 AI enemy. As long as you're not fighting them, we're getting attacked again, but that's okay. As long as you're not fighting them, then you can trade with them. As soon as you want to go fight them, then they come off your trade list, and you can't trade with them anymore. But anyway, I can do a tutorial on trading later on if you guys want it. And it's more of an advanced thing, or not advanced, but it's a middle game thing that you want to do. Alright, so this is just to get you guys going in terms of starting up, and because there's no tutorial, it's a bit tricky to figure out how to do that. Oh, I forgot to mention, you do have lore. Lore is what you collect, is a point system that you collect as you progress during the game. So the more area that you have, the bigger your towns, the more warriors, all that kind of stuff, your lore starts going up. You can also get runes. Runes help you increase that lore, so you get your villagers to go to those runes, and they will start working around the rune and create more lore. Now, the lore is basically your skill tree. Okay, so you start off with nothing, unless in our case we already had the weaponsmith because we are the wolves, so we already have that as an advantage. You have trading and sharp axes. So sharp axes for your farmers and your what am I trying to say here? Your lumber, your woodcutters. That's what I'm trying to say. Woodcutters. All right. So and then trading. So now we've got enough lore. Look, 102 and 101. So we can go, whichever way you want to go. We'll just go sharp axes for now. But if you wanted to go trade, you want to build a trade post real quick, and you have the resources too, then go for it. And then you've got secondary options there. Once they come up, your next lore will get you that, and you need 120 now because we had 100 before. Now we need 120. So that keeps them going up as we go as well until you get all of them. And then you've got these blessings down the bottom here. They'll come up once you've learnt enough skills. So I need another 4 skills there to get the next knowledge, and that will give me more a bonus of food. And then the other one's happiness, and the third one's resources, iron and stone, and I don't know what the other one is, ancestral knowledge. So you get blessing of the unlocks all blessings to achieve wisdom victory. So that's that. Other than that, guys, that's going to get you into the game. As you can see, even with me not doing anything, they're still just ticking along there, tickety boo. And the strategy is up to you at the end of the day. The only thing I can say is if you do. Oh, there's an enemy over here as well. See that? So you got enemy ready to go. You can actually trade with these guys now, by the way. as long as you don't attack, as long as they don't attack you and you don't attack them, all good in the hood. Right, so other than that, guys, I hope that helped, and I hope this video wasn't too long. And I will see you. I keep on saying we. It's just me here. I don't know why I keep on saying we. I'll see you on the next tutorial or the next playthrough. I'm also playing a couple of other games as well at the same time. So I'm trying to get one video out every day, guys. So like, subscribe to this video, and we'll see you on the flip side. I'm Jen Kill, and you've just been watching Northgard, a quick tutorial. See you later.